All right. This is the bottom line. We are back, and I got my brother online. And when he is very stationary, we're going to get started. But this is going to be a great podcast. This is going to be a great talk. This is the weekend review. There he is. Jay Boogie. What up, Jay Boogie?
What's going on? What's going on?
All right. What's going on? Great, man. To God, we get to see you. Hey, before we get started, man, to God, I just want to say this, man. I'm grateful for you having you on the show. We thank you for just the time that you're coming off to help us this weekend with the weekend review. You know how we do. We talk about movies, review, main thing is Jesus and God. But the thing is, what we do is review movies, talk about movies, our perspectives here and there. And we're just going to have some fun with it. Before, though, we get further into this, I want to show you something or get a shout out to you. Happy birthday, belated birthday once again. All right. So
I appreciate it.
You so welcome. So on behalf of the Bottomline podcast, this is for you, sir. Happy birthday. And to Amari, happy birthday. Got fireworks going. We're gonna celebrate y'all. That's the love. Happy birthday to the fam, even to my daughter and my son as well, Trey, Henry and Kalia Boyd. This is a great month of birthdays. It's a big time month of birthdays. But we are glad that you are online, my brother, and celebrating us this weekend in this podcast show. But other than that, how's your day? How's your week? Let you get some talk in.
Listen, pretty good. Today was a recoup day. Spending a lot of time in the week just going. And so today I had to catch up, realign, get refreshed, and then now I'm here.
Amen. All right. I mean, that's good because rest is good for everybody, man. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Rest is great, and we get that rest. Everybody feels
necessary.
It's very necessary. Before, we had some Hollywood deaths, that happened so far, I think 2 days ago. Just found about, and we're going to already shout out to the previous episode today with Kathleen O'Hara. We're going to shout out to her, a great actress. She died at 71 years old on January 30th. That was yesterday. And, we know her from Home Alone. We know her from Beetlejuice, mostly for Beetlejuice. And then Home Alone was like a stable role for her. Give us your thoughts about that, man, and how you feel about that, man. What kind of actress was she to you?
I stumbled across the post the other day. And I'm just trying to fix this lighting. So you got some pretty good quality. I stumbled across the post, and it was a little bit of a shock to your system. Anytime you're reminded that people you've gotten to watch for years. Obviously they're human. But anytime you're reminded of mortality, it really puts Hollywood and life into true perspective to underline that point that they're just people just like you and me. And so
that's true. I like that.
They're just people that chose a profession that allowed us to get a peek in a window and become a part of their lives, much like how social media lets all of us do in our own way today.
Right.
But they were just so far in advance and ahead of their time, in allowing that. And so, it's like you see a familiar face, a familiar name, and you're like, man. And I think I saw a quote from Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
I didn't fact check it to see if somebody was like manufacturing that statement and putting his name under. But it did seem like a sincere statement where he said something to the degree of, I thought we had more time.
Mama, call her mama too.
Yeah, he called her mama. And it's a little more sincere, you can tell because he is a household name actor from work from a long time ago. and he still holds up well.
Right.
And he holds up to someone that came and went.
Yeah.
He didn't overstay. And when you hear him talk today, it's like he's very grounded and he's fun. He's not bitter. And so when you hear him make a reference to mama, you know, it hits.
Yeah,
because you're like, how many of those in that industry did he have? You know, and you all people know being on sets.
Yeah.
Those environments create family environments and connections and because of the work that they did together every holiday we're all welcoming them back into our homes every year. So it is every Christmas. So it does feel like you're hearing the news of a loved one. But the beauty about the industry that they chose is because they've done good work, they'll live on.
Right. They're immortalized through film and TV and shows and stuff that we got to grow up to see them on. You know, my fond memory of her, you know, Beetlejuice is not my franchise that normally I watch and see, right? So, but it's mostly Home Alone because my girls, they love Home Alone. You know, they're after the generation that Home Alone came out. You know, our generation, we saw it when it first came on the theaters, TV, HBO, cable, whatever, and they watched it for years. And now that we got children of our own, we got to introduce them to Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, and they love the movie. And see, me per se, I don't really like, my wife knows this too, you know me too as well, bro. I don't really, when an actor is transition, and especially their movies or the shows are a favorite of mine and they transition, it's hard for me, not because the actor is gone, it's awkward because the actor is gone. That makes sense. Their presence is not the same. And if I watch Home Alone now, it's going to be different because we know she's not here to
for sure.
And that's all the actors. That's from all the actors, man. From Michael Duncan, all that. And a lot of stuff that he plays in, all the movies of the actors that transition over the past years. My wife knows it's hard for me to watch their movies. Now, I did watch Toy Soldiers the other week. You know, Toy Soldiers. Regardless, that's a diehard clone. However, Lucy Gossett
That is right.
You know what I'm saying? Lucy Gossett Jr. He's in there, and I was like, first I was like, I don't feel like watching it because his impact in the movie is great, knowing that he's not here. But we all got transition. But transition is not gone or death. It's a transition point to the next life. If their life is, they live their life right in Christ, in Jesus and stuff. So, but at the same time, she's going to be missed in cinema in Hollywood, and she's an icon in her right. She's a Canadian actor. She was there from the beginning, and she has a lot of tributes with her transitioning. And we're going to miss her so much. Condolences to her family, as we spoke earlier on the Bottomline podcast. And then at the same time, watching Home Alone now is not going to be, it's going to be different. It's going to be different.
Well, it's funny what you said. I need to add a little point to that.
Hey, go ahead. Some water here.
Because of the profession that they chose.
Right.
Meaning to be on camera. It almost feels like when they do pass, they left a gift.
Yes.
Because outside of entertainment, whether it's music, whether it's movies, whether it's even authorship. It's a little.
Yeah, it's a spotlight on you now.
It's almost like the gift was left for us to enjoy.
Right.
There's a something.
Spotlight.
I'm trying to.
There you
go. Okay. Can you just a little bit more?
A little bit more. He got his own podcast studio over there. Look at that.
We got some lights.
Excuse me. Go ahead.
But I think it's not good. But what I was saying was ultimately is it seems like because of the profession they chose. When they do pass, it makes you and helps you really appreciate their gifts. And in other cases, in most cases, oftentimes all that's left is a picture. All that's left is a memory. But they have memories that they've shared with us all because of that. Because not to segue, but since this past holiday season, watching her in Home Alone, I was always a big fan of John Candy.
Right.
And so when you see her singing John Candy, you're just going back to man, John Candy, he was such a good guy, And so now to your point, as we watch Home Alone for the years to come, because they just had Lightning in a Bottle with the type of movie it was. Their exchange, although different time points in which they pass, it will hold a little bit more weight.
True that. And so, with that said, that's you're speaking volume, bro. Because at the same time, the weight and all the icons of the movies that we grew up with as children, they're pretty much like leaving, but life has to.
For sure.
There's an end, and for us at the same time. So, but we got to live what we can for the fullest, brother. And so she's going to be missed. Our condolences to her family and her friends, and just in this time of grieving, we rooting for y'all, praying for you guys, and hoping that she lives a great life. But depends on the life she lives. We all will see each other again. And another note, we had another icon to us all from Sanford & Son.
Yeah.
Woo! Well, I found this out today. 79 years old. He became a man of God, a preacher, Desmond Wilson. He became a preacher. He became a pastor of a church. He gave his testimony why he left Hollywood for the long periods of time. He played some shows here and there after Sanford & Son, but you haven't seen him in movies or recent television shows since then. But he had an interview about sometime last year or the year before last. He talked about his time with Sanford & Son, with Red Fox, and how it transformed him to be the man that he is and the actor he's become. And right now, understanding that same weight that Kathleen O'Hara has, he has the same way with us, because we grew up, regardless, watching Sanford & Son. And seeing him and the dynamic between him and Red Fox, it was funny. And then greeted all them, and you give me your thoughts on that as well, man.
I think for a long time, until you become mature, you can look at what's on TV and think that's real. And him being Lamont to a lot of people, and not Desmond Wilson or Demond Wilson, sorry. You think purely that relationship with him and Red Fox, what you saw on screen, you that Red Fox became the bigger name, or was the bigger name. So just from that standpoint, where there's no Sanford & Son, you don't really think about his contribution to art, to entertainment. And it was very recently, I would say last year, he was on a series of interviews. And he was just giving his take and account on quite a few things that were I would say controversial, but his take was so pure, and it really helped you to see like him as a man.
That's true.
Him who he really was. And I mean, he was a straight no chaser guy. That you can tell. And obviously, the older you get, the less you care about context and how someone may perceive it. But he was just very straightforward. And what that gave me a sense of was, and then just through some of the stories, that he was very much like a businessman and actor.
Yeah, he was.
And it was very refreshing. He was asked, did he ever talk to Red Fox about his financials and things like that? And he was just like, listen, the guy don't listen. You know, that was him. You know, you can say what you say, but people are going to do what they do.
Right.
But you also got the sense that he was and always his own man first.
Yes, correct.
And that I think is a pretty good legacy. And the other thing I add to that is people like that. They may never be the biggest names.
Right.
But in what they do, they'll be one of the most respected names.
I concur with that. I think that with what you just said, it's not always trying to have your name on the map, but what they have done in their respective lifetimes, especially what the Lord allowed them to be in shows like that in Hollywood, representing Black culture, representing their families and loved ones with their name, and the acting prowess that they put into these shows. And when we grew up on these shows, watching these characters, yes, we can identify with the characters on certain levels. It depends on the lifestyle, depends on the era, depends on, you get what I'm saying, the situation at the time. But then, like I said, as we got older, the maturity kicked in, and we appreciate the craft that they put in and allow us to not just follow in their footsteps, just saying, hey, we would like to be in, their shoes one day, and we understand, me and you in the industry, we understand what the industry takes to get there. However, with these actors that has done it, Dave paved the way. He has some great philosophies, and he likes to teach young men and women about the industry. He never gave anything like vague, but he just told the truth.
Right, for sure.
And what he saw, especially for the Black culture and how, each of the Black actors were treated going for getting roles, auditions and stuff, even himself, even the dynamic between him. Dynamic between him and Red Fox. So he gave a lot of insight on that, and it's good to hear. I think the interview is on YouTube and things on YouTube. If you look it up, YouTube with Desmond Wilson, we give our condolences as well to his family and children, grandchildren, everything that he has. So in this time of grieving, we want to lift you guys in prayer as well as we continue to talk about these icons of cinema. Whatever their lifestyle, how they're doing, that's not up for us to decide, because we don't know what's going on behind the scenes with that, but what we see on screen.
If I may have one more point when you're done.
Go ahead. I'm done. My soliloquy is over.
I appreciate everything you just said. And as I reflect on when I did see his interview, what I saw and really just, I think for those who knew him, what translated as far as his legacy is, he just was authentic.
Yeah, he was.
And what interviews I did see, do you realize how many people he actually I mean the recent ones too. Do you realize how many people he probably delivered from just okay, I'll give you an example. There are people that believe your talent alone makes you the biggest names in entertainment.
Right.
And if you listen to his interviews, he shows you it's not just talent that makes you the biggest names. And if you have to compromise who you are in order to become a big name, maybe you want to think about that. And I just think that leaving that behind as a part of who he was, I think that when I say deliver, I think that really helps people who move into industry understand there is a threshold, and then there is with which you'll find great success at, and then there is or there can be a compromise at time if you want a certain level, and you gotta decide for yourself if that is worth it or not. I think he just made that plain.
I concur on that. I concur on that. He was a pioneer, man. He was a pioneer of what he did, especially that time. And it was hard to
Yep.
get in showbiz. Not really hard. It was a difficult journey on certain levels to get into primetime TV and have a primetime show like that. You know, regardless, we wasn't born when the show actually aired,
but we enjoyed it.
We enjoyed it when we seen the reruns and everything else, and we understood like the area and that time period of that. Excuse me, when that show was aired. So, yeah, we just give our flowers to him, and should have got to when he was alive as well. But give a man flowers now to all these actors and what they have contributed to, cinema. However,
yeah,
we're going to go ahead and get to what we want to talk about, and that is, I got to do this because I think Universal with this Fast and the Furious thing is redunculous.
Oh, what's going on with Fast and the Furious?
Man, look. Hit or flop? This is what we're going to be talking about. All these movies coming up 2006.
Let's be raw and real, because let's go.
Yes. Vin Diesel says that, the title of the new movie is called Fast Forever. You give me your thoughts on that title. Should they go ahead and park this franchise in the parking lot garage? And do you see any spin-offs coming?
In short, great title.
What?
No. I'm answering according to what you're asking me. This is not my opinion on the movie. From just a pure title perspective.
Right.
Great title.
Fast Forever.
Just real quickly, put a pin there. In the last Bad Boys. What was it called? Bad Boys Forever. When you heard that title,
Bad Boys about to die.
No. Okay. Let me go back to
For Life.
Yeah. So For Life, right? That was Bad Boys 3. Right?
Bad Boys 3.
When you heard Bad Boys for Life, the first thing I remember thinking was, that's a perfect title for a fourth Bad Boys.
Yes, it was.
But they went ahead with it. Then they did Bad Boys Ride or Die. Then Will Smith does an interview, and it's like, in retrospect, we probably should use the For Life for the four. That means you, the individual, they got nothing to do with the franchise. Your perspective is probably right. As a fan also. So going back to Fast Forever, great title. However, this will be the 10th film.
Mm-hmm.
We can move on, but I'm just saying, great title. When will you ever hear Fast Forever together, other than an opportunity like this? You know what I mean?
You know what? No. I got to counterattack that because we already know where the franchise is going and where they're going to survive. Because the cliffhanger, pretty much, you see what happens. You think they're dead, someone died. You see Dom and his son in peril. But you already know superheroes. Yeah, they're superheroes. They're not car drivers no more. They're not car racers, street racers no more. They're spies. Right. They're Avengers now. And so the thing is, but he's talking about going back to car racing in this one. It blows my mind even to ask you this question. Why now? See, you had let's break it down. You had Fast and the Furious, which was nothing but Point Break.
I hope you got a list, bro, because there's a long list of movies.
Yeah, I got a list. Just trust me, it's embedded in my head. You got Point Break. Fast and Furious 1 was Point Break with cars. That's all it was.
Great movie.
Okay. Great movie. He left that the sequel because he didn't want to do the sequel because the director and everything changed. So you got Paul Walker and Tyrese Gibson to do that one, which is Too Fast, Too Furious, which is one of my favorites. All right. I love the direction. I did want to see if Paul Walker was a heavyweight actor or not to carry that movie. He was. Mm-hmm. And he did it. And Tyrone Gibson did a great job. And John Singleton did a great job. Ludacris, all of them did a great job in that movie. Now, let's jump to Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Okay. Threequel. Really got that connection to the first two. Then at the end, you saw a connection only there
I
because
enjoyed it. It just didn't make you feel connected. I enjoyed it as a standalone. It just didn't. It wasn't continuity until what you're talking about now. The end.
Exactly. It wasn't continuity until you saw Vin Diesel be Dominic Toretto at the end. And then here comes Fast and Furious Part 4, which is a slight reboot / sequel. Okay. Now Lily died. Paul Walker character Brian is back into the law enforcement. Toretto is Toretto. And so he's come back because Lily died. Then you see all of the man with Justin Lin did it with that. Then all of a sudden, here we go. Where is this going? Because now it's like a rehash.
Let me add this.
Go ahead.
To your point, up to Fast 4, it was a reigniting of the franchise. So that means everyone's excited right now. After Tokyo Drift, Fast, the original cast comes back. That's new life for the franchise.
Okay.
No, go ahead. That's all I want to say.
Okay, well, with that point proven, it's a new life. It's great to have all the returning characters back. However, you should have kept that going in 2 and 3. Now, came with a Part 4, which is a jump point for a new trilogy. And then so you see what happened. You see at the end that you got Hobbs coming, Dwayne Johnson, and 5, which to me was the return back to form. 5 was equivalent to Part 1 and 2. And so 5 brought the series back to form. Now, all of a sudden, you got the heavy hitters coming to the series. I'm like, and then it's a prequel. Now it's a prequel story. And I say, okay, I love where it's going. You got me again. Then here comes 6. I love 6. 6 is one of my favorites as well. 6 is up there in the top 1 and 2. Well, actually, 6 is my number 1. 2 is number 2. And then we just pick either one.
I'm not gonna lie. 5, 6. I can get them easily confused until I watch them. Okay.
That's where he came in. So I picked 6, 5, 2, and then you can pick whatever the rest of them besides 9, and wherever we get that point in. 6 was their Avengers movie. They did everything in that movie. Took out a plane. Vin Diesel character survived a bridge, jumped to save a female while breaking his neck. They're superheroes. Now all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, the bad guy, Owen, what's the bad guy's name again? Shaw.
Which one?
Shaw.
6.
Yeah. That was their Joker. That was definitely their franchise villain. Only thing I hate with these franchises, and do you have a echo in the background? God, I can hear it too.
You can hear me?
No, I hear. Are you watching the broadcast on YouTube or something like that?
No, it's probably. No, it's in my ear.
Okay, got you. Well, it's just the same time. Let me see, make sure it's on me. Okay, it don't matter. So at the same time, I'm like this, like okay, cool. So 6 was great. Then you come with 7 with Paul Walker. Transition from there. It made $1 billion. The first one made $1 billion. I'm saying, okay, I see the direction. It's almost same like 6, with a little 5 in it, right? But now they're pretty much international spies. Going over for Mr. Nobody. So you see, the outcome. You understand why Paul Walker died. They didn't try to do a little continuation. To me, they should have ended there. That's just me. Now you come out with 8. Then you got Friday Frey, or how he says his name. I said just butcher his name. Friday's director. He directed Fast 8. So you got Fast Gray. Yeah, Fast. Yeah, Gray. F. Gray. Then he directs 8. I'm like, okay, see what he can do with a big budget in a blockbuster franchise in Fast and Furious 8. And all of a sudden, he brought the action, but then you change the dynamic from hero to villain. But he really wasn't a villain. He had to do it because of circumstance. I bought it for a minute. Watched the movie. I like, okay, all right.
That was fresh stuff.
It had no choice to go that route because they had no ideas. So I gave 8 a pass. It hit $1 billion as well. Then here comes 9. Now, 9, Fast and Furious 9, Furious 9, whatever it was called. You went out of space, man. And so that right there ruined that. No, you know what? That was crazy. And so I'm like, no, they did not. Now they joking about making fun of themselves about their characters if they could die now in the movie. If you saw that parody. And Tyrese Gibson, I can't die, man. I'm unstoppable. I'm like, no, don't do this.
Now, really quickly.
Go ahead.
I want for context for whomever watches this later. Remember that the landscape in which Fast is performing in now is an MCU that is killing everybody.
Killing everybody. It's dumb.
Okay.
It's dumb for a franchise that started out with street racing in cars. And now you're superheroes, you're Avengers in cars now. You're super spies in cars. No, sir. It has to end. 9 was the last draw. I didn't mind the cartoon action. I didn't. But when you go out, when he could, with all that stuff that he could have died in, and then they went out of space, that was a draw. And then you threw a little flashback here, how Toretto and how Toretto and Jacob, became what they were. 9 should have been a prequel of their childhood, like the flashbacks gave, which was awesome. The flashbacks was the best part of the whole movie. The rest of the movie Oh, you haven't watched it?
No, I watched it. I'm saying like that was a widely shared view.
Yes,
by many. It was like you should have gave us more of that grounded story.
Yes, and that's what he's trying to go back to now with Fast Up Forever, and this is where we're gonna lead to get to that one. So now 9 had flashbacks, then they have modern day times and flashback, and then it crashed and burned. Then you come out with 10, they're trying to bring it back to 5, 6, 7-ish style action. And then all of a sudden when you did that, I'm to a point like, oh my goodness gracious, man. This is ridiculous. And I'm saying now you got Jason Momoa, you got to go back to 5. Now here comes a villain from 5 to 10. And I can't stand whatever is going on here. Let me see here. From 5 to 10, and at the same time,
you talking about what you're hearing?
Yeah, I'm hearing, but it must be on my end. And so I'm going like this, like, oh my goodness. I said, you trying to bring it back, but it's too late. And then with the cliffhanger, I was like, okay, that's it. I said, you know what?
Remind me what the cliffhanger is again.
Him and his son jumping off the dam, which a lot of movies that year copied that almost that same premise. Jumping off, the train in the movies, but jumping off the dam with bombs, escaping the flames, barely escaping, hitting the river, and then you think he survived. You survived, him and his son. Then Dante, you think it was over. Then he blows the dam. Here comes the water, cliffhanger. Then Richard, the dude to play Richard, turn heel, blows up the whole ship, the plane. I said ship. The plane that the rest of them was on to meet Toretto, and you see the plane. I keep saying ship. The plane crash, and that's it. And then I'm like, okay, I know they survived some way, somehow. They didn't show how they got out. I get it, but didn't let it die like that. Okay, we understand there's gonna be a sequel. We understand someone had to survive. What Vin Diesel was doing after the movie. Now you got him talking about this movie gonna be like this movie. He can't explain what the sequel's gonna be. Hey, Vin, we get it, but you kind of killing the momentum for the sequel because now you pretty much telling us that y'all survived. We don't know how y'all survived, but you're telling us y'all survived, and you going back to the roots. I'm like, that's all you should have did.
Like this. To me, the last one, Fast 8. Anything past 8 was unnecessary.
Yes,
that's just That's where I leave it. I think I fell asleep on a plane watching 9, and I said, "This is never happened." Watching a fast, and the thing that gets you is if you go back and start rewatching these movies in this particular order, whichever order, right, you're reminded of why you like the franchise. You're like, but then you know an inevitable drop-off point is coming too. It's kind of like you go back and watch Game of Thrones from season 1 and get just as caught up in that series. But then you know, man, season 7 is almost over. Season 8 sucked.
Yes.
Okay.
I never watched it, but I heard that.
It's the same thing with this franchise. So for what it's worth, the movie. I'll give you my thought. The movie is gonna flop. And look, I can be a gray area guy, but since you're calling this hit or flop,
yeah,
I'm gonna say flop because I've had to hit snooze like on the last couple.
Yes.
Because this is gonna be which number is this one gonna be?
11.
Yeah, 10 and 9. Snooze. I fell asleep on the plane on 9. I tried to get 10. It's fresh eyes, it's freshness.
Right.
Good perspective. Okay, let me just watch it. Same thing. And I'm like, this has never happened. They messed up their formula. As a matter of fact, it became very obvious. Okay, The Rock is out. Okay, so all these big buff guys now are really in some way replacing him. And then the one with John Cena, you kind of get a sense of they're getting a 2 for 1. You're getting a Rock replacement and a Paul Walker modified storyline.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Well, let me say Brian O'Connor.
Yes.
Modified storyline. And it's like, all right. Everybody don't gotta be a brother, a relative, or something that we ain't heard about. Somebody you thought was dead that's alive. It's like formula wise. I think we're good, guy. I think you ran your race.
Well, Dwayne Johnson supposed to be back as Hobbs. You saw at the end of Class X. Excuse me.
Listen. I was yesterday, last year, years old. Whenever I found out that to many people, his appearance in the Fast franchise is what put him on the map to people. And maybe because
it was true.
We come from the wrestling. We know his start there, and so we follow him in Hollywood and we're rooting for him. But I didn't know that Fast Five to people that made him a serious star. I was like, what?
Well, think about it. Look at the movies he had before. Now, Rundown's still my favorite of all Dwayne Johnson's.
Rundown, that's what I'm saying. Rundown was good.
Rundown was great. A great adventure movie, action movie. Show his acting skills. His
Schwarzenegger-ish.
Schwarzenegger was in it. He said, "Good luck." Get past the tour. I loved that part. Now, however, Walking Tall, Faster. That was pretty much watching that one. That was a pretty good one too as well. Snitch. I didn't really like that one. Oh Lord, don't get me started with what's the man? My mind about to go blank with the ape and the alligator. Rampage. Oh my God, that he ticked me off in that one because it was about the monsters. Let them have their moment.
But he made
Let them have their moment. You do not have to put. Look, all his characters was special forces style something. And his contract and his system for his production, he writes his own character, and he got a contract that he can't be beat. You cannot beat me in movies. I said, what? Him and Vin Diesel, all these muscle stars had that. However, him and the gorilla, then the alligator rampage the city. I'm like, the gorilla and the alligator is fighting. The gorilla's getting beat down. All of a sudden, the gorilla comes back, give him a drilling, whatever that stuff they gave him again in the movie. You ready to do this? He grabs the weapon and runs the gorilla. I'm like, can you get the way? Let the gorilla do his thing. We're the only monster movie we had in years, and you're ruining it. Give us some screen time. Get out the way, man. And so another video adaptation, Down the Dumps. And then here we go. Oh my God, don't get me started. Well, no, hold up. This ain't about Dwayne Johnson. It's just about it's what he did part of the franchise. So then you got Skyscraper, which the worst Die Hard clone attempt ever. And he should never have did it. I think that's hurt him a little bit more. Jumanji series, pretty decent. I give him here. However, like you said, Fast Five was the only movie when people got to recognize Dwayne Johnson for who he was, action chops and all that. So Fast Five did give him that, not because of wrestling, but movie-wise, acting-wise, Fast Five propelled him a little bit in his career. And so now coming back to the franchise, and we do agree, might get a joke in it, might not. However, it's time to part this franchise into the car parking lot and leave it alone. I don't care. You spin off. You have a spin-off movies. I don't care if you spin the movies off. Leave it alone, man. It's over. Let somebody else get their own side story. Bring in Han.
Well, I want to ask you that. Because you're planting the seeds of this conversation already, or this topic already.
Right.
So we're talking about spin-off. We're talking about Fast. We're talking about The Rock.
Yes.
It's Hobbs and Shaw that happened, right? And there's some open-ended stuff there. And then it's funny. I was laughing. I was talking about The Rock played the same person, the characters. I was recently going through Prime, looking at all the Jason Statham movies. If you look at the summary,
yes,
it's like he's the same guy,
same character.
Ex-military, ex-operative, And so when you said that about The Rock, I was like, it's always like ex-operative trying to live a normal life happens to stumble across this thing, but it works for him. It's a formula that works for him. I'll sign up every time.
But check this out. Look what you just said.
But it doesn't work for The Rock like that.
Well, you call him The Rock, call him Dwayne Johnson. But look, check this out.
I mean, it doesn't work for Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, well, check this out. So the thing is, with Jason Statham, everything. He came out with Beekeeper, right? Then he came right behind that with Working Man. Then came right behind that with Shelter. That came out this weekend. Then he's doing a sequel to Beekeeper 2. Beekeeper 2 is coming out. He should just made it a quadrilogy and be the same guy just doing some things, parts of his life. But no, it's the same character playing the same guy playing the same character in different name, different genre, different dimensions, different universe. It's crazy to me. That's what we're saying about Dwayne Johnson and the Fast and Furious. So basically, we both agree that this movie's going to flop. And so this movie is going to flop, and I don't care. The fans going to still come out to it, but it's not going to be as big as the other entries before it. Even 10 is going to have a bigger presence than that. And 10 was okay. It wasn't that great. But yes, we do agree that the Fast Forever, I can't see it, the FFF. Fast Forever is going to flop. So
if I may, let's add this lastly.
Go ahead.
I think we all can agree that Paul Walker, the actor,
mm-hmm.
the character he played,
mm-hmm.
was the heart and soul of the franchise.
Yes, I agree with you.
With the actual knowledge that he is no longer here.
Yes.
You see the franchise for what it is. It's just entertainment. It's just what it is. And the fact that franchise still isn't quite acknowledging him and the departure, and they're trying to still honor him within the franchise, within the universe.
That's right.
There's the disconnect.
That's a big.
That's why at Fast 7, when them cars parted,
that should have been it.
Should have been it. And if you came back and you made Fast 8, and you could really say, we're really done here. Respect to you guys.
Exactly.
Instead, you're still playing mind games with us.
Right.
You still O'Connor is alive somewhere, but yet the continuity of his character. And I think it was Fast 4 when he was chasing the guy through the building, jumped out the window.
Right.
Bro, I mean, epic Paul Walker, right? Epic Brian O'Connor, the character.
Yeah.
But it's like outside of maybe Running Scared, a movie that slept on by Paul Walker.
Yeah, it's another movie that was a sleeper hit. Y'all need to go check that out.
Yeah, you didn't ever see Paul Walker quite in the way that Fast 4 did him. But you're still wanting us to believe he's still alive, and he's just a guy who is trained to be an officer.
Right.
He's just okay with being a stay-at-home dad now. While his wife,
right, and his friends going out. Yeah, it don't. Yeah,
it's outdoing. See, you're playing too many mind games with us. So to your point, sir, you were saying.
So it's gonna be a flop, and you're right because it makes no sense. So we're gonna move on because we both agree the movie's gonna flop. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna make money, but
it's gonna make money.
It took this long because of the budget he wanted, and then all of a sudden your person was like, no, there's no more life in this. So so let's talk about the real topic, the fresh ones that has been coming out last week.
Let's go.
Because we had to get that out the way because I'm like, oh my God, just let that franchise live fast forever. Everybody will put forever on a dying franchise. Fast and the Furious franchise is dead. It's done. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one, man. Batman, did you see what happened to that movie?
No.
All right. The cartoon that we grew up with, Masters of the Universe. You seen the trailer? I know you have.
Seen it.
You got some questions. I know. You seen some things. We didn't see Arco yet. We didn't hear Skeletor laugh. We didn't see all the other bad guys besides Evil Man and Beast Man. However, tell me how you feel.
Okay. Are you asking me hit or flop?
Well, don't get to hit or flop yet. Let me know what you saw.
Okay. I appreciate that.
Let's go.
And I was like, I watched the trailer, and I was not left with a feeling of I'm in there.
Right.
Oh, I'm in there.
Right.
And typically, if a trailer doesn't leave me with that. Not only do I not watch it on the weekend, I might watch it 3 weeks later, if at all. And what I found is the ones that I'm not in there or in there on, the trailer just didn't translate to me that way. It translated to so many others. And you see the numbers.
Yes.
Like I'll give you an example. Just to compare the Masters of the Universe trailer. I thought, and you're probably going to talk about this. But I thought Supergirl's trailer, which I'm technically not the target audience, if you want to call it.
Right.
I said, I'm in there,
right.
And so that means they did something great. So Masters of the Universe, I'm watching, and maybe it's because we're protective of that IP. Maybe because we were raised on that. Maybe because we so connected to all the characters. It just didn't hit you as the person who is presenting this to us is wanting us to feel nostalgia.
Right.
And nostalgia is often looked at as a tactic, and people try to downplay it or try to say it's manipulative, but I don't mind you feeding nostalgia to connect.
Right.
Because we're the base for this IP. If you're trying to make it for new people, and in my opinion, you have to have the proper breadcrumbs over the course of years.
Yes.
To make the IP relevant.
Make it relevant. They tried.
Well, they tried with the Netflix thing, right?
Yes, they tried.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, I expect to see a familiar IP. I expect it to feel something.
Right.
There was a moment where it said it was in the what's it called? The title. Or the caption, I should say. Well, just like watch how a man. Watch how a man became He-Man. When I saw He-Man on the screen, just in that moment, the words, He-Man, I felt something. Cool. Then the other scene was he goes, I have that power, that makes you feel something. But out of the whole trailer, just those two scenes, and not the whole of it coming together. I'm like, I'll go see it. But I may not see it opening weekend.
Opening weekend? Why not? Why not? Why not? I got to know.
I'm gonna tell you. Does the Earth storyline, according to the trailers, that they're adding in?
It's canon.
I've heard so. Is it?
Yeah, it's canon.
Okay,
He has Earthling and half Eternian. It's canon. That's why they did 40 years ago with the original Master of the Universe. They went to Earth. They didn't explain why. Because the movie, we grew up with it when we saw that movie. That movie wasn't. We liked it at the time, but growing up seeing that movie as a cult classic, I wouldn't call it a cult classic. The movie was terrible in its own right. However, it was dark and what we needed. But yeah, the Earth angle is canon, so that's not far fetched for what's in the movie.
Okay, fair enough.
Go ahead.
No, that's what I'm saying. So fair enough. So then, I would say, I'm willing to be educated by the new telling. Because let's be honest, as kids, we didn't really ask a lot of origin questions. We just was entertained.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So we feel something a little bit more visceral versus detail. We're not really caring about the detail. Was there action? Did the good guys win? Did the bad guys lose?
Right.
That's how far we took it. I do think that Travis Knight, the director of Bumblebee,
yes,
being attached to it is also why I'm like, I'll see it because I thought he did a great job with Bumblebee. I thought he revived Transformers or a little soft reboot
for the moment,
right? Yeah, but you see that they kind of loosely based it on what he did, right? Which is like, guys, get the continuity together. But I do think they're with him, going in the right direction, and we'll see.
Well, I say this. This is what I say.
Give me your thought.
Okay, my thoughts is right here. I'm going to say this. So, with this IP now and everything that it tried the last few years, Netflix tried it, cartoon form, CG form, Master Universe.
Did you get through that, by the way?
Yes, I did, and I enjoyed every bit of it because they
did
you? Okay, hold on.
Because part one lost me.
No, part one didn't. See, that's the point. Regardless of the Tia, or what's her name, the female, because she was a star of Revelations, the part one, and everybody thought it was woke and oh my God, it's woke and they just He-Man's not the star. No, it was a reason for it if you get the story and the plot. So the part two was the definitive part for He-Man to come into play. That's why the story was written the way. Kevin Smith did his thing. The animation was hot. The action was hot.
Thank you. I didn't know that.
He did his thing. He did his thing as Skeletor. He brought nostalgia back and more and new like you said, what you said earlier, freshness to the whole concept of the franchise. However, the part I love so much when everybody think he just need a sword to transform the He-Man. And when they just like, he just need a sword, he said, he laughed at Skeletor. And Skeletor, what we laughing at? And he said, you think I need a sword to transform the He-Man? No, the sword is a conduit just to control the power. He said, I could transform anytime. And Skeletor faced like, what? And then when he transformed, he became like a hulkling, savage He-Man. That was hot, man. And I was like, you know what? That's hot. I love it. And then when he finally got the sword back and then became He-Man at the end of the Revelation Part 2, because it was Part 3, I think it's out there as well. When he did, Part 1, into Part 1. So the thing is, when he did it, became He-Man, and then the way they brought him and how powerful it made him, bravo. Now, am I expecting the movie to be like that? No. Am I expecting them? Go ahead.
See, you're telling me something. I didn't even like. I watched Part 1. I watched Part 2. But the point you're making, it does not make sense for them to reignite the franchise with what story they did tell, and then the movie be so far off. So you might be giving the playbook a little bit that they should follow.
Well, that's the point. The movie, if like in the trailer gave. Okay, let's be real with the trailer. Trailer gave
Guardian
Galaxy, Thor 1 and 3, Ragnarok and Thor 1 vibes.
Correct.
That's not a bad thing. Okay, saw some campiness with the uniforms, the costumes, and everything.
People like that now.
Hey, bravo.
Okay.
However, Earth setting, people are having issues with that. I'm not, because his mom is from Earth and his dad's from Eternity. So you see Castle Grayskull, you saw the bird flying. One thing we didn't see is Orko, and you didn't see, it's another character we didn't see. But Orko, you didn't see Orko. You just saw Skeletor. Yeah. They showed him his full costume, which was awesome. He looked like Skeletor, like a toy figure. They're trying to sell merchandise here. That's good. You see what they're trying to do, sell new toys. However, the actor that's playing He-Man, he's not as buffed and huge, but he's big enough and is passable. Oracle wasn't shown. It is purpose-wise because, he's going to be shown for later to get more interest to it and closer to get to the movie. I know for a fact. You saw Beastman on Earth smashing cars and stuff like that. It give you a Marvel-ish, vibe.
I was gonna say it was reminding me of that Doc Ock Spider-Man moment.
Yeah. But guess what? That's good. Because what a better way to bring a franchise in? Spider-Man, right. No Way Home. Yeah. Now, what's the best way to bring the franchise back into the fray with new audiences and the nostalgia fans? It's better to do what they're doing to bring it to almost a Marvel-style atmosphere, right? Now you got people from Marvel, MCU. You got Albus Alba playing Man at Arms. That's another topic. Oh my God, this movie is gonna flop. Get a black man playing a white man role. Yeah. It was stupid. I said, man, it don't matter. Diversity, whatever. I don't care about that.
Idris looks good though. He looks like the character.
He looks like the character. He's gonna do well. You don't have to use the franchise to its T. You can bring new flavor to the franchise and bring new life to it. 40 years ago, we got Dolph Lundgren. Couldn't hardly speak English the way he spoke. He was big. He had physique. He was He-Man. Dolph Lundgren was He-Man. But the movie wasn't all that great. Now, 40 years later, you got a new Master Universe. Campy. Looks campy. However, campy is good. Campy is the new standard for superheroes movies. And guess what? We had campiness back in the day. Superman was, Christopher Reeve was campy. Campy like no tomorrow. Batman wasn't. Batman was dark. But anyway, so... but
Can I say something to the...
Go ahead.
Dolph Lundgren, real quick.
Go ahead. Talking about
the Master Universe.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren.
What this Master Universe does is show you how we didn't even get that close to fan service with Dolph Lundgren. Like we got substitute characters that we didn't even know in place of the ones we would have known.
Yes.
Remember the little elf thing?
Yes.
The one. I don't know who was that, right? But he's clearly replacing Orko, right?
Yes.
And there's another thing like that. But I do think that where this one is going to do, or what this was going to do, and where it's going to take us, it's going to take better care of us than that other one did.
Right. So in that same vein, would this be? To me, it's going to be a modest hit. Okay, a modest hit means that it's going to make money because of fans, nostalgia purposes. Well, we're going to see they're going to do the "I am the power" transformation correctly. He didn't just go "I am the power" and then he's He-Man. That's it. Yeah. No, he did it. Point the battle cat, turn the battle cat into the cat to the battle cat. Then before he went, I have the power, he go, I have the power with the sword. Then he pointed. All we saw in the trailer, he pointed up to the sky. You saw the flash.
He was a conduit.
Yeah, conduit, yes. Yeah, so I hope it adds that part of, I have the power with the sword. But then seeing everything else, I'm intrigued and I'm interested because I don't care about status quo anymore. Because when you go to a status quo, like you said earlier, a formula and a blueprint, sometimes that blueprint don't work for everybody because the demographics coming out to see these things. That's why you got to add certain things in it. Now, the studio could ruin it. Like I said, you know me. I'm character progression, plot, story. Mm-hmm. Production, I would never go against production because it's hard to make a film. It's hard to even make a TV show, even a short film, even a 3-minute film. It's hard. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I would never go against production of any film. I don't care if the film sucked, just like Morpheus.
No, I feel you. I feel you.
But what kills a movie is the editing room and what the studio wants to put in. That what hurts the movie. Me and my wife, we watched a documentary on the Dolph Lundgren version of Master Universe and what happened, why the movie where it was, when they had to cut in, cut out, had to put in, put out. That's why I'm mentioning Dolph Lundgren couldn't speak hardly English after Rocky 4. They got him for the role, but he couldn't really have. That's why his lines was kind of short in the movie because he couldn't really speak it. But he looked the part, but in the action, but that was it. However, we watched the documentary. It was hard to make that movie. That movie was not fun to make. You know what I'm saying? Production wise, money wise. So they had to take the movie to Earth to cut down costs. That's why they did that. Now with the new one, they got a big budget. So you can see the special effects ain't shabby, ain't bad.
Oh, for sure.
They just need to cook it more, but at the same time, it still looks interesting. But the question is it going to be a hit or is it going to be a flop?
I agree with you. I think it's going to be a modest hit. Only because people want to reward your thoughtful attempts and not your cash grab attempts.
Right.
And the fact that this isn't the fifth one, this is the first one in some odd years. Or since the Dolph Lundgren one. I think that the fan base is gonna pull up.
Yep.
I think they're gonna have their opinions.
Right.
But I do think that it'll be a modest hit that will be telling if they continue in the franchise.
All right. Okay, I agree with that. We agree it's going to be a modest hit, so it's going to be a hit. I'm going to go to your territory. I'm going to go to DCU. Okay. I'm going to go to the DCU. I'm going to see how your thoughts on the DCU. I'm going to hear your thoughts on their movie coming out this year in October, Clayface. How you feel about that, brother?
Oh my gosh. Well, I will say this. Clayface in the Batman animated series was very intriguing. But that whole Batman animated series was done so well,
right?
That many people say, like, yo, you inspired the movie, you inspired how we're going to do these characters. Like, the storytelling alone was like beyond just a cartoon,
right?
And Clayface is a very interesting character for animation. Why? They're making a movie? I couldn't tell you.
Right.
And and I'm gonna say
DCU fanatic.
No.
Yes.
I'm gonna say as a Batman purist. No.
Not the Road Gallery. Not the Road Gallery. Just Batman.
No. DC over Marvel for sure.
See, he had to do
all that. But when I'm saying,
you had to go there
as a Batman purist.
Yeah.
And I watched just some context. I watched what's it called? The Harley Quinn animated. I wanted to see how they set that. Harley, she's a character all in her own. She's a star, DC. So I'm like, okay, how do you carry a story without the mention and showing Batman?
Right.
And they had some interesting elements, but to be honest, bro, until Big Dog comes on the scene. It can be DC stamped all day long.
Right.
It just won't feel like DC. It's not going to be DC.
Right.
The only other person that has that standalone power is clearly Superman.
Right.
Everybody else, because they've been developing and trying to establish them and not giving them the same attention that they've given Superman and Batman over the years. They gotta have one of the OGs like cameo real quick to ground it.
Yeah.
So if we got a Clayface, a Rogues Gallery villain of Batman, let me say, who, mind you, is popular from the Batman animated series.
Right. That's true. He's made up for the series.
Have other villains with more compelling stories. For instance, Mr. Freeze, Batman animated series, gave his story some element that made him multi-dimensional, right?
Right.
All in all, what I'm saying is, unless Clayface has some serious Elseworld take, or I would go so far as to say they're trying to create their Rogues Gallows villains. It's like they're emptying the IP out the closet. Let's give this guy a shot. Let's put this one in. Let's put that one in. Let's see how the fans are responding. Unless it's to build up something greater, or make him an anti,
right?
Like an anti-hero. I just don't see the point.
I agree with you, brother. I hear the plot of the movie it sounds good. They're taking cue from one of the episodes when he got introduced. Clayface, he's an actor with the chemical and the cream and all that stuff that made him the way he is. I like to hear that part, but they're trying to make it a horror versus what it's supposed to be.
So yeah, okay. I'm already out there.
See, okay. Well, that's just from rumor, but they're going with that premise. You got however he's going to be created is up to James Gunn. So, because it's coming out in October, so they're trying to make it a horror spectacle thriller or whatever, even a horror. But at the same time, I am with you because he's not as a popular character as Mr. Freeze or other rogue galleries of Batman, Joker, over that to make a movie world unless you have a agenda you're going to introduce Batman in this movie. And the only way that I think that Clayface is going to be relevant if you introduce the new Batman from in this movie, because the new Batman from James Gunn DCU is coming out, the Brave and the Bold and the Brave. However, there's another controversy on that movie. Who's writing that movie? Same person that wrote The Flash. But at the same time, if you introduce Batman in Clayface, just like they did in Suicide Squad, you saw Ben Affleck Batman show up, take down Deadshot, then capture the Joker, which was hot to me. I love that part. That's my favorite part of the movie, technically. Just the little short cameos he had. That made the movie irrelevant because you watch the Suicide animation cartoons, Batman was all throughout the Suicide cartoons. And so, especially Assault on Arkham Asylum, you know what I'm saying? And I love that one. That's what I'm with you. I don't see this being a modest hit. I don't even see it being a money maker. Each because of DCU, they might just check it out. We're gonna see the critics part tear this movie up. They might be actually good movie. Don't know. However, unless you get the final remarks on Clayface, we're just gonna move to something else.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at their Rose Gallery,
mm-hmm.
or his Rose Gallery,
right?
And I'm realizing.
But before you go, do we agree it's going to be a hit or flop?
James Gunn's attached.
Well, he's unattached. He's just he's the.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go on a limb.
Okay.
And say. I just don't see this working.
Okay.
So flop.
Flop.
I don't see it working long term. I see it as a formula for, to your point, Halloween, whatever. Let's put something out there to get some people's money.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't even get caught up in that whole thing anyway.
Right.
And let me say this. This is the point I was going to make. Looking at the Rose Gallery now.
Right.
I can see why from a business perspective, not a fan, but a business perspective, you'd want to empty out some of these guys from their captivity and tell their stories, because you don't have to involve Batman as much.
Right.
In their origin.
Yeah, like
correct. And what you've seen, what I've seen. What they've done a great job of doing is they've made Bruce Wayne Tower just as important as Batman in these other stories.
That's right. Why?
So you go, shoot, like he's there somewhere.
Right.
You know. So I can see why they would want to push this out because he's not as integral part of a part, I should say, to what happened. In order to get Clayface or make Clayface, like he would be, said Joker, et cetera. But I think I still think I'm good.
Yeah. I hear the babies in the background. All right, the next one we're gonna ask. Here we go. It's from Christopher Nolan, The Odyssey. What do you think about that, big bro?
I don't know enough about the story. It seems like a hit. It seems like
the person is attached to it.
Because of the person is attached to it. One thing you'll give Chris Nolan is he's a thoughtful director. I mean, meticulous. I mean, even if it's beyond your quote unquote comprehension,
right?
He's still gonna make it, and he's gonna hope that you catch up to it. As an example, Tenet, when it came out, there's still some people that are like, I don't know about this, I don't know about that. But in my opinion,
yes.
if you watch Memento, you see his template for Tenet. Even down to in Memento, the flashbacks were black and white, and the present was in color. Right. You see that in Tenet, they had a red and a blue to represent forward and backwards, and it's all a loop, right? And so. Still to this day,
everybody haven't watched it, but go ahead.
But I'm saying, but still to this day, look, if you haven't watched it by now, spoiler alert, but I just helped you. Watch Memento. It may help you understand Tenet, but still Tenet by itself is still one of those. I don't know. So Odyssey seems to be a very straightforward telling. It's not something he's experimenting. It's not a Chris Nolan IP. It's Chris Nolan telling. So I think it's going to be for sure a hit.
You said a hit. I give it a meh.
This is not called meh or flop. This is called hit or flop. It's your show.
I'm going to give it a. I'm not going to say it's not. See, a hit. Now, what's characterized a hit?
Okay.
We're not talking about just box office numbers. We're not talking about just the stars in the movie. We talking about what draws the movie. Well, that's star appeal and you know what I'm saying, to bring to the movie. A hit is overall like the Dark Knight. Dark Knight was a hit. The reason why Dark Knight was a hit, you took formulas from the original Batman, because Chris Nolan said it himself. He took the idea of what Tim Burton did in Batman 1, he brought to the Dark Knight, and you balanced it out from making the villain and in his Dark Knight, you made the villain and the hero balanced out. You made the Joker the star, but you still balanced out with the hero. Now, that was a hit because you balanced it out with the hero and the protagonist and antagonist. Now, that was a hit because the story was good, pacing was awesome, and you got the story, correct? So, we have modest hits, or hits that really wasn't hits with fans or critics or alike, but it still were hits to the demographic they were aiming for, correct? I say it's a modest hit. I give that. I level it a modest hit because of the stars that's in there and what he's trying to do. Because this is pretty much after like Troy, but it's not Troy, but it's like the Odyssey, his journey back. Sinbad, which we grew up on that too. Remember Sinbad and Cyclops and all that stuff. So I get where he's going with it. However, you know, Chris Nolan pacing his movies and his explanation of his movies what kills his movies to me. You mentioned Tenet.
Right.
Tenet could have been the ultimate time travel movie of all time in my book. I'm a time travel fanatic. I love it. But when you explain what Tenet is throughout the whole movie, let us guess it. You ruin the ending to me. Tenet is this. So what? Forget what Tenet is. We just let us our movies designed for our imagination to put the pieces together.
Yeah, for sure.
It's called escaping to a fantasy world. So let me escape to that world you're showing in me, and let me be shocked and awe like Sixth Sense. You didn't know Bruce Willis was dead till you got to the end. Unless you put two together.
People haven't seen Sixth Sense. You just spoiled it.
And like you said, oh well, you ain't seen it by now. Oh well. So you get what I'm saying? And so like that, you killed the element of surprise when you're trying to deliver. Because Robert Pattinson, man, was amazing in that movie. And his role. And when you thinking they fighting other people, they fighting each other. They're fighting yourself. And then they show the loop. And the part when he's seen it, I'm like, it blew my mind. And then they trying to explain it again. When the key point of the movie, I said, oh my God, you just ruined this movie for me. Overall, Odyssey, Chris Nolan, great director. Awesome director, great storytelling. Inception was long too, but I see where he was going with that too as well.
Inception was great.
Inception was great, and it's right. I just say this. I'm just gonna say this. Modest hit, because the Odyssey and these type of movies, this is early 2000 ish. You know what I'm saying? Vibes that we wanted these movies. You know what I'm saying, to come out. Troy and Gladiator and all this stuff, right? Now that we got the late 2000s that we're in, and Odyssey's coming out, you got all these big time stars. You got the Punisher. You got Spider-Man. You got everybody in one movie. And you've seen the clips of the trailer. The trailer, like you said, didn't pull me in. Maybe it's on purpose. I saw it like Batman was the dude in the armor. I said, is that Batman? That's not Batman. That's just a dude in black armor. That's what people are picking on the movie as well. If he goes to his old tropes in his movie, that's fine. He has the right, because he's that type of director. You know what I'm saying? He's an award-winning director. He can do that. Like James Cameron. It's going to be a modest hit. It's not going to be a right off the gate $100 million weekend movie. You know what I'm saying? I believe he's going to make his budget back. However, I think it's high in the really up there. However, I guess we agree. You said it's going to be a hit. I'm saying it's going to be a modest hit. So,
hold on. I want to see something real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I have time to get it here. I just want to see his ranking here.
To Chris Nolan, go ahead.
Okay. So this is straight from movieweb.com. Wow. Oppenheimer is
top movie.
No. That's number two to Dark Knight.
Okay, it's number 2.
Oh, no. Dark Knight Rises is his number one.
Yes.
Box office. Dark Knight is his number 2. Oppenheimer is number 3. Biggest opening. It looks like since Batman Begins. I'm just gonna put it like that. It looks like he's done since Batman Begins. At least over 500 million in box office.
Yes. That's
So
comparison.
Exactly. So the only caveat to that, unfortunately, was Tenet. He took a hit on Tenet, and I think it's for the very reason you're saying, because it's like you're trying to explain too much, and people didn't. Yeah, and I honestly think he was trying to be ambitious. Kind of like what we see with, not the segue, but kind of like what we see with Cameron. But Cameron is ambitious in his franchise.
Right.
He's not jumping from this IP to that IP to this IP to that IP. And you got to catch to see what he's doing. No, you're rocking with him in his current franchise, which is Avatar. But all in all, I say Chris Nolan is a safe bet. He's made more money than he lost. And therefore, I think that because he's telling a story that is not necessarily his own, but just his take on it. I think that he's going to have all of Hollywood and media and press behind them because they're not going to know what to do with it. They're going to be like, Chris Nolan's director. We don't know nothing about this period. We must trust them. So I think it may be a hit.
Just say
based on the timing.
I get you. I hear you. I see where you're going. We're going to give it a meh, okay?
Yeah. I like meh. I didn't know we got meh. I like meh.
Yeah, we got meh. We're going to give it a meh. Because the reason why I'm giving it a meh, because, we're going to leave it at that. We know Chris Nolan and his track record. Let's get into some good ones, some great ones. I'm not even going, since we went, you know what? No, I'm going to do this right here. I'm going to start with Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 2.
All right, I'll try to go through this a little faster.
No, you good. Mortal Kombat 2. Give me your thoughts.
I'm looking forward to it. I enjoyed the first one. In this new outing. I was not sold on the Johnny Cage pick because we know the Mortal Kombat comes from the martial arts folks we grew up with.
Right.
Bruce Lee, and even a lot of the characters that they base Mortal Kombat on are from even down to I'm trying to think. It's Liu Kang.
Yeah.
Oh, even like Raiden. Like, we saw that character in Big Trouble Little China.
So wife said the same thing. But however, man, you got to understand the reboot. You got the one we got 3 years ago, which went rated R finally. It was decent enough. Didn't make Liu Kang nobody main star. You used Cole, and then everybody didn't like that neither. But you see what it did with Scorpion. Sub-Zero was the main antagonist in this one, which was awesome because he's one of my favorites of the whole franchise anyway. Not Bohan, but his brother, but Sub-Zero period. Now, got part 2 with Carl Urban playing Johnny Cage. And this is what they remind me of, Logan. Remind me of a Wolverine, Logan style, washed up actor, which is awesome. He's older than everybody. But he still got martial arts skills, and he has the skills to pay the bills. I liked it. You know why I liked it? Because it's not trying to make it for the youth. It's making it for the demographic, especially the men. And I like the way it's going. And then you see the trailer. They said the test screening for this is on the level of Avengers Endgame. And they said people loved it. They pushed it back to this year because they didn't want to rush it out. Last year, because what came out last year, they pushed it back because you see all the main movies that was coming out for competition.
Right.
So
I will read this when you finish.
Yeah, go ahead now. Do your thing. Go ahead. Do it right now.
So I found the list. No, please finish your thought. I promise you, it'll still support what you're saying.
Okay, cool. So now that you have it coming out this year in May, being the first movie in May, which normally is a Marvel spot, now you got Mortal Kombat 2, which everybody's hyped to see. Then you got the competition with Street Fighter, that's another one. So the thing is, here comes Mortal Kombat 2. You've seen the trailer. You've seen what they bring to the table. You've seen the characters in there. You've seen the action. So now the trailer, like you said, has to get you to be get interested, right? I'm already sold. And I was like, okay, now y'all doing this. So I'm sold for Mortal Kombat 2. So, however, Carl Urban playing Johnny Cage is not a far-fetched choice. I think it's a great choice because you're making it more like Wolverine. This is how I see it, my perspective. I see Logan. I see Wolverine. Like, you try to make it like that Deadpool Wolverine style dynamic. Hey, Johnny Cage, we need your help. And he do the Wolverine, the Logan, F off, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So then he see what's going on. He has no choice to join the fray. Mortal Kombat 2 is going to be great. It's going to be a hit. Not a minus hit. It's going to be a hit. Now go ahead and share with your little stats that you got going on.
No. So I was saying to my point of the Carl Urban choice, because of the origin of the original Mortal Kombat characters,
right?
The Carl Urban choice. It seems right today.
Right.
It in comparison to where they started, the origin, it's like leaps and bounds different.
Right.
And I just wanted to read, according to the core character inspirations, Liu Kang, we all know this one, model after martial arts Bruce, legend Bruce Lee. Mm-hmm. Johnny Cage originally conceived for a Jean-Claude Van Damme fighting game. So it's based on Van Damme's Bloodsport. Raiden from the 1986 film Big Trouble in Little China.
Right.
Sonya Blade. This is why I share this, because this name doesn't make sense a lot.
I know. Cynthia Rothrock.
Cynthia Rothrock.
Yes.
Loosely based on Cynthia Rothrock.
You watched the documentary on her too. Watched a recent documentary on her.
And then just some of the other guys, Shang Tsung, just kind of classic kung fu films guy. I don't. Goro is from the stop motion, the Golden Voyage of Sinbad.
Yes,
inspired by that. It says Kano was influenced by the cyborg villain in the Terminator, which makes sense. And then you got Scorpion Sub-Zero. It just said model traditional ninjas, and we can capture that. Like we recognize it from the outfits, because we grew up in the 80s where ninjas was everything.
Yes.
So giving them for sure. So giving them like exactly. So just giving them the specialty areas. I mean, that was cool for us, but back to today, I do think the Carl Urban character, Johnny Cage, will work. I think because he's Butcher in the boys, and he does that so well. Yeah. Immediately, when you see or think of him in Johnny Cage, you're like, okay. But I do think it'll work in today's telling.
So you say it's a hit or flop? Because you said a lot to say.
Oh no. I'm in there.
So it's a hit. So you think it's gonna be
I think it's a hit. I think it's gonna be a hit.
It's gonna be a hit. I agree with you. I see you soliloquy on that. I agree with you. It's going to be a movie that is going to inspire the fan base. It went to another direction and a level. It's going to be a hit. Not a modest hit. It's going to be a big hit for May. Now, if you go to Rotten Tomatoes, you'll see the list of all the movies coming out 2026. It's jam-packed. Every month is jam-packed with movies, big-time movies. Yep. And the year of competition, the studio competition, my studio movie is going against your studio movie. We're going to see who goes to see what, right? Just like you got in December this year, you got Avengers Doomsday versus Doom 3, the Messiah, right? They call it, get it, Avengers Doomsday, get it? So
yeah. I saw that.
You see that, the marketing pool on that? So we all know which movie.
They're trying to work together.
Work together. So it's going to be a big time holiday. Mortal Kombat 2 is going to be a big time in May, because each movie, it's funny that each movie, some of the movies got 2 weeks apart from each other before the next movie come out, right? Mortal Kombat 2, then you got this movie coming out, and then you got the next movie, then you got 2 weeks after this movie. June and July is going to be crazy because you got too many big hitters coming out in 2 months, right? And Spider-Man, Supergirl, all these things, the Minions 3, Mega Minions, all these cartoons, all these big time franchises and sequels coming out in between March all the way down to October. So this is a big year for movies. However, Mortal Kombat 2 is going to stand out because they have that 2 weeks alone that another movie is going to try to touch it. It depends on the performance over the weekend. I'm not saying it's making $100 million off the gate. It's going to be good, maybe $80 million. It's going to be better. It's better already than part one of the first one 2 or 3 years ago. That wasn't a terrible movie neither. I like that one too. I see the direction it's going. But part 2 looks like it's going to up the ante with a little more of a character building twist. And you're not making certain ones that we thought Liu Kang going to be the star like the original Mortal Kombat from 1995. You're changing the formula up and making other characters shine, which I like. Because you see how young Liu Kang is in the new series. So yeah, it's going to be a hit. And we're going to do one more, and then we're going to conclude, okay? And so we can save the rest for another weekend. But the thing is, we all agree that Mortal Kombat 2 is going to be a hit.
Okay, let's see which one this is.
Okay, I'm picking See, I want to go Street Fighter, but I don't want to go Street Fighter because you're not Street Fighter.
Why would you not go with Street Fighter knowing
you're not a Street
good
Fighter
and well?
You're not a Street
Mortal
Fighter
Kombat to some people this year, they're going to see it as Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter.
Yeah, okay, let's go. See, you convinced me.
Okay.
Let's go. I'll let you go first.
First take. My first impression from the Street Fighter trailer. Budget is not as big as Mortal Kombat. It looked like a lot of the shots they gave us are enclosed. So therefore, from a scale wise, it's like you guys weren't trying to really expand this world. You know, and I know this is not. I know we're not saying Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat right now, but I'm just saying because the Mortal Kombat is, it will be.
Yes.
To a lot of people, because even the games, different consoles at times. Even the games had that comparison in people's minds, right? So when you look at the Street Fighter trailer. These tight, close shots, not really widescreen action moments, just punches and kicks.
Yeah.
You do feel that you're getting a shorter end of a stick.
No.
You do feel. Listen, it's my opinion. You do feel that they may have spent a lot of time to get casting more on point.
Right.
And to really just lean into what you call campiness or the traditional looks. And you go good job on that. But it's like as a moviegoer, if you're watching a movie and every scene is in a room, or it's like in a room just barely bigger in the room from the scene you just saw, you feel that.
What?
That's why movies like any. I want you to notice something I'm about to say.
Okay.
Not that they're the same. Look at a Peter Jackson movie. Look at any James Bond movie. Look at any Mission Impossible movie.
Right.
There's a reason why they always show you that aerial shot, that landscape, that horizon, and then cut to actor walking on the because they want you to feel that bigness, right? That large capacity.
Right.
And this movie may have those inserts. But the trailer, but let me say it differently. They make sure they add that in the trailer. Also, this movie, Sin City-ish trailer. And it's like they're building. They want you to know. And you know there'll be more trailers, so we'll be able to evaluate properly. But they want you to know. Look at how well we got the character. And with that, the shots are so tight. The scenes are so close. To me, it feels like you're giving me a smaller movie. So the story's got to be great.
No, they rushed all
or
that.
Or maybe the action.
Well, think about this. They rushed all that for the Game Awards, to show at the Game Awards. And then when
tell me.
When they show the content in the Game Awards, then you know the internet going to go ahead and put this is a teaser trailer for Street Fighter. No, it wasn't really a teaser trailer. This shows you, give you a taste about the movie because the movie's already finished production. It was just showing what they had put together for the Game Awards because it's a game franchise adapted into a movie. People saw that and just lost their minds. No, it's not what it's about. It is not the trailer. It just show you what the movie looks like. Yes, there's some issues with some pacing in some of the shots and scenes. You don't know what's what unless you go back and slow-mo it. I enjoyed it. I think it's going to be a hit because of the campiness. There's some characters missing. However, I understand that it's about Ryu and Ken, nothing else. Not Chun-Li, nobody else. They're going with the Street Fighter 2 animated movie style / alpha Japanese anime storytelling mix here and there in this movie. It's all about Ryu. They have Ken and Ryu are recruited to participate in the tournament because M. Bison is taking out all the champions. We heard this before, correct? So now they recruit them to fight in the tournament to help them win the tournament and shut down Shallow. It's all about Ryu. It's all about Ken co-assisting with Ryu. It's going to show flashbacks of them fighting as youngsters. They're going to show them now in the modern time. They're going to be forced to fight each other somewhere in the movie as well. You know what I'm saying? However, you got Akuma. You got all these guys in there, which I don't think why you can see why it's about. It's going to be it's not going to be a campy as people think. It's going to have a serious tone with little jokes here and there. But when they showed the little clips and teasers and stuff, it was just to show where they at with the movie and the progress with the movie. People just went crazy.
Sure.
Oh my God. It loved it. I liked it. I loved it. Know why I love it? Because it's going to be better than that Jean-Claude Van Damme mess we got. It's going to be better than that Chun-Li, Street Fighter, Chun-Li, whatever lives, whatever story.
Whoa.
That mess was trash.
Let me say this to this point. It probably does not hold up for sure. Because there was nothing American about Jean-Claude Van Damme. There's nothing American sounding. Do you want to go home? Or do you want to go in bed? There's nothing American sounding about that.
Nothing.
And they kind of toned down his box. You know, that's kind of part of the character. I do think that they were very lazy on, and it was just the time constraints, right? Like technology was. Like I think they were lazy on the Blanca character. I like playing the game with.
Oh,
I like getting you back into that corner and just lighting you up. I think the Jean-Claude version was like, come on, bro. You just painted a guy green, put a wig on him. All right. However, I will say this. In comparison.
Right.
I think the 90s was the 90s, right?
Yeah, the 90s was the 90s. Early 90s. It was beginning of
early 90s. I think their M. Bison was better. Than this current casting, and I think they casted the current M. Bison based off the 90s M. Bison versus casting him based on who M. Bison is. In my opinion,
yes.
In my opinion, but then again, think about it like this. And this is not the segue, but or intermingle, but it's the same issue that X-Men has with Magneto.
Yes.
It's like
okay.
You're not thinking the full capabilities. You're just thinking of who can deliver the acting. Because
bring the character
exactly.
Life.
Because you know the special effects and everything else. But we're coming from an era, especially as 80s babies. Physique and abilities were everything. And so you saw the interwoven into these game characters. Why all these guys are jacked and ripped. If it's not going to matter in the movie, then why are you casting the way you cast it, right?
True.
Why make the characters the way you characters? So with that being said, I thought the Chun-Li in the 90s was a pretty good casting. But with that being said, for sure. But I think the overall takeaway
right
is the M. Bison. I don't take him seriously.
Right.
In this new one.
Okay, I see what you're saying. You don't take the character, the person.
I don't take the. This is the same guy that was
Polka Dot Man from Suicide Squad.
This is the guy that was in that one. He was in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Bruh, you know, if they would have gotten, I would have accepted it better. I know we're not having a casting conversation, but you know the guy that was, he's a comedian. He's in the Eternals. They made a big deal because he got jacked up.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense to me, and I was like, okay, cool.
Because of Mystique and physicality, see, they made a comparison who they could have put John Cena, Henry Cavill.
Is it Bison?
Is in Bison. If you go on, go online and you see the like I said, the bone structure, the physique. I get all that. However, we never know what they have up the sleeve with him, and maybe they want to bring that nostalgia from the John Claude Van Damme movie, casting the guy that playing for M. Bison, the new one. To me, if you just get the story right and get the characters to follow along with the story, like Ryu Ken, it's all about Ryu and Ken. Everybody else is part of the story, follow along with their journey. You get that down pat, it doesn't matter. It's all about Ryu. You bring up the other elements about Rio, how you want to call it, Ryu, whatever, Ryu. It's all about him and his journey. And Ken. Ken comes in the midst to help increase and enhance the journey. That makes sense? That's Street Fighter. That's all it's about. Ryu and his journey he's the star of the franchise. It's like taking Goku out and putting Gohan in, which they did, and they did not do well when he was a teenage and an adult Gohan. You hear me? When Goku died in Dragon Ball Z. So why take the star out of the limelight and put somebody in the limelight? And it doesn't work. It happened in Mortal Kombat, the one for the new one. You put a character you just made up, a made up character into the spotlight. Nobody knows what that character was. Like you said in Master Universe as well. Orko was in there. You put an elf style creature in there to be Orko style replacement, and it flopped. So I say it's going to be a hit. What did you say? It's going to be a hit too? I heard it. You said it's going to be a hit. Street Fighter is going to be a hit. It's going to be a hit.
I think it's going to be a flop.
Okay, so we disagree on that. Okay.
I think it's going to be a flop. I think it's going to be a flop box office wise. I think it's going to be entertaining.
Right.
I don't think people are going to pull up.
Okay, so I say this.
And notice this.
We're undecided on that one. We're undecided.
Okay, but notice this. Not to compare.
Right.
But Mortal Kombat is telling a Mortal Kombat story with actors. Street Fighter is telling a Street Fighter story, and they've brought in real people playing these characters from different sects of entertainment.
Right.
In my opinion, in hopes to drum up the interest. Because you got a podcaster, you got a business mogul / rapper, you got an executive of WWE. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're tapping into the fan bases of different people to make this work. That's business. That's marketing.
Right.
I think that means
the demographic.
It's going to need all the help that it can get. So that's why I'm saying
the demographic and the culture of all the out there. I get it. So demographic has to help this movie. That's what you're saying, because this movie is a diverse movie, character movie, because everybody's diverse all over the world. So we're undecided with that one. We're undecided with that one. I think it's going to be a hit. A modest hit. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be a gigantic hit. I think it's gonna do well in the box office. I really do think that it's a new breath of fresh air, like you said with the other movie. It's gonna be a breath of fresh air, like you said with Fast and Furious. I think it's gonna do well. And the reason why I think it's gonna do well is because it's been a long time since we had a Street Fighter movie with this caliber of excitement and hype to it. And then I want to say this. Yeah, go ahead.
The director of Street Fighter, which his name is Kitawa Sakuara.
Yeah, I can't pronounce the name.
Sakara. If you look at what he's done, unless you're a fan of the Twisted Metal TV series,
right,
where he directed 4 episodes of that, and a lot of what he's done. Oh, there's a movie called Bad Trip. He's how would I say? Very fresh. Which could work.
The campiness the campiness of direction of this movie that y'all saw, little sneak peek. That's what it was called. One of the teasers, just a sneak peek. The campiness you saw is going to help with the movie. It's not trying to take itself serious. You don't have to be silly, but you don't have to take yourself serious. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to take the character super serious, but it's going to be a serious tone with the character. Got the right person to play Ryu, a martial artist, a real martial artist. They don't have to have a lot of stuntmen to stand in his way. They got it playing Ken. He's Netflix fame from Cobra Kai and all these. He's a new Rambo too, prequel. You know, he made him like Ken from Street Fighter V and all the color hair and stuff like that. But so far, so good. It's going to be a modest hit. And which one would be the better movie of the two, Master of the Universe or Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat 2? I think overall Mortal Kombat 2 is going to do better than all three movies. However, I think Street Fighter is going to find an audience in this generation, especially once playing Street Fighter 6, because that game is hot. I get a chance to play 5. I played all of them up to this time. 4, 3. I played all of them in the XX series. From 3, 4, I didn't play the chance to play 5. It was a PlayStation exclusive. Sony. And then I got 6, and 6 is right now my fave. 6 is hot. 6 is hot. The movie is going to capitalize on what 6 is doing and what they want to bring the franchise to. And then if you do right in the movie theaters, the bottom line is it's going to make money. It's going to be a hit. It's diverse. It's not woke. And you got the characters to make fun of it. However, it's going to do what it's going to do. And I think it's going to be a hit. You said,
So let me say this. Lastly, I'll say this then. Gotcha. I'm looking at the director's personal bio. And I'm going to give him complete benefit of the doubt.
Faith.
Nationality. He's Japanese.
Roger.
Most importantly, that is important. Most importantly, he himself was born in the 80s.
Right.
It says here he's 43 years old.
So he's a fan.
Exactly. So I'm gonna give anytime I see a fellow 80s baby.
Let's go.
On getting their shot.
That's right.
And delivering, or even just I would say just getting their shot to bring forward the story.
Right.
I see that as one of us. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to say, you know what? Benefit of the doubt completely given. Let's see what he do with it.
I'm gonna give him the benefit of faith. You know why? Because I have faith into the fan base, and I have faith into creativity that they're gonna bring a story finally to Street Fighter in cinema that's gonna hit home. And the bottom line is, Street Fighter is gonna be awesome. Whether Trump want to come at 2, I don't know. 2 different movies, 2 different tone of movies. But however, we're gonna see what will be the better video adaptation. It's all about the monies in the box office climb and everything else.
Okay, so, let me ask you this: out of all the movies we talked about today, which one is the first one on the list to come out?
Of these 2?
Of the ones we talked about today, do you know which one comes out first?
Mortal Kombat gonna be the one that comes out first. Cause we had a whole bunch of movies to talk about, but it's almost we gonna conclude because we want to keep it from the fam.
Okay. So how about this? Let's as these movies come out, let's make sure we revisit it.
Of course. That's what we talk about now, so we can do it because we got a long list. I say no.
Okay.
But the thing is, first movie come out. What we talked about, Fast Forever is coming out in 2028, so we got a long time for that.
Okay,
Mortal Kombat's coming out in May. Then we talked about Odyssey. Odyssey's coming out in I think Odyssey comes out in June. Okay. So the ladder, the movie we talked about of the ladder is coming out of the ladder after Mortal Kombat 2. So Mortal Kombat. Okay. So once Mortal Kombat come out, we're gonna revisit, but we got other movies we got to go.
Okay, then we'll come back and talk about it.
Because we got Godzilla Minus Zero that's coming out this year. Because you used to watch Godzilla Minus One, it's a fantastic movie, one of my favorites. one of my favorites, and then you come to the sequel. I want to see what you're going to do to top this. And so the production, anyway, I can't get into that. So that's another. We're going to do this again another weekend. However, the movies that we talked about, we got the hits, we got the misses. So we said that Mortal Kombat 2 is going to be a hit. We said that Odyssey is going to be, I said meh hit. What we say? Other, what did we talk about? We also talk about.
Did you talk about Fast?
Fast, no. Well, Fast is millenniums out.
We talk about Mortal Kombat. We talk about Street Fighter.
Street Fighter is going to be.
I mean, we talked about so many other little ones.
Masters of the Universe. That's correct.
Yeah,
Masters of the Universe. To recap, all Masters of the Universe, we said it's going to be hit. Modest hit. Okay, Fast Forever. We said it's going to be a dud. Well, we said flop, but it's going to be a flop. Okay. We got to the Odyssey. We both agree a modest hit because of the star power and what Christopher Nolan can do. Okay. Also, Clayface. We said it's going to be a flop right off the gate because no one's going to see Clayface. Clayface. Nobody going to see Clayface unless Batman's in it somewhere somehow. We talked about. We didn't even talk about Supergirl. We talked about Mortal Kombat after that. That it's going to be a hit. Then we talked about Street Fighter. The two main movies, that get people's peaks and interest. So bottom line is, we got the hits, we got the flops. So we're going to see if our predictions are true, and we're going to revisit the movie reviews. We'll come back and talk about it if we love it or not. Not saying this is just our perspectives on these movies.
Of course,
we make these movies, but at the same time, we got to tell the truth. It does some of the moment that high. But Master Universe camping, we down with it. Bottom line, it's going to be a hit to me, a modest hit. It might just shock us to be a big time blockbuster. It's just real talk. However, guys, for us to you, we're going to conclude this. We thank God for you. God bless you. And all the ones that understand the heartache and the pain that the two actors that have died the last 2 days, Catherine O'Hara and Desmond Wilson, going to be missed. However, this light won't work now at the end. See, my equipment plays with me, and it doesn't give me the benefit of the fact that this light that's shining in my face is flickering. That's not intentional. That's the light saying, hey, I want to come on now. Should have been on this whole hour and some change. However, from us to you, bottom line, we got the hits, we got the flops, and this is going to be the year of the movies. Big time
For
movies.
sure.
Let us know what you think. Leave your comments down below. What you think about what we talked about and what we said. If you agree or not, give us your perspective. Like and share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you, bro. Love you, man. Thank you for spending time on the line. Next time we have said next time. And at the same time, this has been the bottom line, guys. Let me go to the outro. I keep forgetting the outro. And let me see here. And hey, God bless you. Stay safe. Peace. Love you, bro. Woohoo! Shalom.